Yeah, it certainly isn't. As 80% of the world's wealthiest hang out in St. Bart's, I mean, I sort of make a comparison with NATO, which, for money to weapons, which before the war in Ukraine started, accounted for 53% of global defense spending. And what Trump wants to do now would effectively push that up to almost 65% of global defense spending, would be in NATO if this 5% target, is achieved. I mean, that appears very clearly a sort of even though it's being couched in terms of Europe defending itself from Russia, which actually has absolutely no intention of invading Europe, no evidence for that. I mean, it just feels like a backdoor attempt to cling to global domination through military means. I mean, how do you see it?
I see it differently. I think the Americans are extremely corrupt. And so, Trump just recently announced that he's going to increase the Pentagon budget from $1 trillion to $1.5 trillion. America already outspends everyone else in the world in military spending. No, there's no military in the world that can actually challenge the American military. So why is he spending this much money? Well, the answer is kickbacks to the military-industrial complex. Okay, so this money does not mean troops will be paid better. In fact, many American troops are actually on food stamps. It's just ridiculous. It does not mean a more effective fighting force. It means more corruption. It means more weapon systems that have no relevance in modern warfare. It means the Golden Dome, right? And this 5% NATO spending, it's really the vassalization of Europe, where now these European states, to please Trump, they have to like pay off these American military contractors like Raytheon and Boeing. That's the entire point of all this. It's not to, start more wars. It's not to make NATO much more potent against Russia. It's just so that Trump's friends can continue to steal some more from the people. I'm sorry.
No, no need to apologize. I don't disagree. I've said for a long time that actually the only benefit of increased NATO defense spending in Europe is to fill the pockets of military industrial companies in the US, but also to a certain extent in Europe as well. Of
And, and
course. Go ahead.
sorry, I have to interrupt, but and this is why the war in Ukraine will not end. It's a huge money laundering operation. A million Ukrainians have died already. Putin has offered peace countless times. This war is over. But unfortunately, this is not about winning the war. It's not about defending Europe. It's not about countering Putin aggression. It's all about money laundering. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, certainly in Ukraine, given the revelations about corruption in the circle around Zelensky himself, golden toilets, and all the rest of it, and the complete unwillingness of European leaders to criticize that has been actually quite remarkable. And also the complete unwillingness of European leaders to criticize young men being beaten up and dragged off the streets and put into minibuses and sent to the front line against their will, totally not criticized by any Western politician at all, which has been quite shameless. So, yeah, I'm afraid I'm inclined to agree with you that there is just a big money laundering operation. Unfortunately, the ordinary working people, poor people in particular, because if you're poor, you're likely to be the one who's beaten up and bundled into the minibus. I mean, these are the people that suffer most, and these are the people that the leaders in Europe and in Washington don't care